Charlene in the building. LeVar, what it do? My bad, y'all. Had to shake my face up, y'all. Lost my clippers, had to grab some more today. Just getting in the house for real. But we back. We back. That like button, subscribe to the channel if you new. We bringing real back to blogging, man. I don't know if y'all noticed it or not. Got some real guys stepping into the motherfucking spotlight. Man, shoot that boy out DC too, man. DC Blacks, man. We bringing a whole new regime. G-Man. Got my man Stories with V. Got my man Hand 5000, Raw Dope Podcast. Man, make sure y'all check all them people out, man. Bringing integrity back. We are bringing integrity back to blogging. And, yo, what was done, but I'm gonna finish talking about this, right? That whole Travis Hunter situation, yo, was disgusting, man. I'm mad I participated in it, yo, but I should have known. That's what the internet do. The internet go over, but they go overboard with shit. They go overboard with shit. Like, it wasn't nothing wrong with, trying to help the young brother. You understand? But once it was obvious that he ain't need nobody help and he think he had it on his own, motherfuckers supposed to fell back, but nope. It seemed like the internet. It seemed like the internet stepped it up a notch after that. It stepped it up a notch. Now you got him and his fiance then. Him and his fiance then deactivated their Instagram pages. Yeah, I ain't like that, y'all. I ain't like that. I ain't even like the fact that people posted it. You know what I mean? It's like motherfuckers gonna make everything a story. Yo, you related to how, kids get bullied in school? And it's like they keep bullying them till the kid do something crazy. That's what that Travis Hunter situation looked like. People keep bullying. Like, I seen Clarissa Shields speak on it, and she was right. Everybody can't take pressure. Now, hopefully, he can use this situation because he's gonna face a lot of scrutiny in his career. So he gotta be able to handle pressure. But once it was obvious, Smith fan, what is it, y'all? Sunday Best 8-1. Once it was obvious that Shorty was on his own, he ain't listening. Niggas supposed to fell back, man. Niggas supposed to fell back. But y'all, we back, y'all. We back. Y'all know how we always talk about these Democratic plants that they got sprinkled all over the place. Man, happy holidays. Oh, salute my man Mike for the $50 he sent me yesterday. $50 cash app. Salute to Charlene. Salute to Siobhan for the $20 cash app. Man, I appreciate it, man. Happy holidays to everybody, man. Straight up. Straight up. See, to everybody that ever supported. But, yo, I gotta find me something to eat. I'm hungry as shucks, man. Hold on. But today, y'all, we got a good one, y'all. We got a 9-year-old arrested for carjacking in Baltimore. Yo, what are 9-year-olds doing being involved in carjacking? Now I told y'all, carjacking is a boredom crime. It's a boredom crime, but not at 9 years old. Not at 9. At 9 years old, you shouldn't be that bored to where so you out here carjacking. It should be tons of things to do at 9 years old. I mean, you got roadblocks, you got video games, you kids outside playing football. You got a host of other things. Carjacking or being involved in that type of shit shouldn't even be no option at 9. Fuck the goddamn parents say. What's up, T's? Then we got y'all see that video I did on Chief Keef? A lot of people give me a hard time about that Chief Keef take, y'all, but I'm trying to tell y'all it's something there. It's something there. We should dive more deep into that again. If y'all ain't see that video, if y'all ain't get the notification because YouTube been playing with the numbers, check out that video I did on Chief Keef. In the A&R talking about he got word that the federal government reached out to somebody he knew. And check it out. It's a wild situation. But I'm telling y'all, that whole Chief Keef thing don't make sense to me. It don't make sense to me how at 16 years old, with the world in his hands at 16, yo, you do not typically leave your hometown. I don't give a fuck if you was banged. You're gonna find a way back. At 16, you're gonna find a way back, yo. If they banned you, it's where all your friends at. It's where all the man, you got the bread, the girls, man, shit, you not banned. What? Banned from where? Yeah, G-Man, but you know a lot of people, G-Man, see you be on cold. But a lot of people like, no, ain't no way, yo, that Chief Keef. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to tell you, yo, that shit ain't right. And then to see how drill music just expanded and how it just hit every city, and then you hear the dude talking about it like he spoke about drill music like it was a like it was a good thing. And he's a black man. The guy in the picture I showed. But hold up, I gotta find my charger box, y'all. Now, see, my thing is, right, with the Chief Keef situation, right? If it was that easy, yo, if it was that easy for these young kids to get money and just leave, yo, everybody would have did it, yo. Like, he wasn't the only one that got signed. It took Dirk years to leave Chicago. But see, with the Chief Keef, I just think they found a kid that wasn't really involved like that. You know? He was everything that everybody was, but he just wasn't as involved. And they used that. Now, I don't know if he knew that what was going on or not. But to me, he definitely was used. He definitely was used. You would have think the person that started it, he might get caught in all the bullshit. Man, I don't watch that shit, bro. What are you talking about? What's good? Man, what it is? Happy holidays, happy holidays. Everybody hit that like button. Have I ever been shot before? Hell no. Nope. Never been shot for. A lot of my friends have. Most of my friends have. Actually, I think I got more friends today that got shot than I do that don't. That haven't. To be honest. I'm talking about like my inner circle. It's only probably about 4, 5, 6 of them. But right. And look, G-Man, and why would the feds be on towards a 16-year-old? He not even old enough to go to the feds. He said he was on a list. Why would Chief Keef at 16 be on a federal list? He can't. He's not old enough to go. You can't go to the feds as a juvenile. Like, yo, right, yo, none of it makes sense, yo. None, shit don't add up, yo. His career don't add up. His career don't add up. He just made all the right decisions as a 16-year-old from the projects. He made up everybody around him crashing out. Everybody. Parents, children, but him just made the right decision. Man, hell no. They took that boy and they said, look, we need you. We need you. And we're going to make sure you straight forever. Then look at the fact he still got money. The man ain't even dropped, I'm telling you, he's still lit. He ain't even dropped no songs like that. Ain't none of his music did good in the last 10 years. Yeah, who else that came out at the time that Chief Keef came out? Still. As a young nigga. Maybe, what, Dirt, you know, see what he got going on right now. You got G Herbo. G Herbo just caught a case. Lil Bibby, he fell all the way back. He doing like some more, I think he signed Juice WRLD and some shit like that, but no, y'all, his whole career just strange, man. A long time. He could be. He could be. Y'all, but let's get busy though, y'all. Oh yeah, so we got that. We got the Stephen A. Smith switched political parties, y'all. What y'all think about that? Stephen A. Smith? Yo, y'all ain't gonna believe what he had to say about politics. You ain't gonna believe it. Ain't nobody hating. That motherfucking A&R was hating. You wanna call it? He was the one hating. He the one told the truth. But Stephen A. Smith, y'all, had some wild things to say about politics. Yeah, Sunday Best. That's exactly what he did. You know, Trap Lil Ross, he a computer tech, y'all. That's what he is. He a tech guy. Right, Lil Reese just called 5 years. And we just believe that Chief Keef was just so much smarter than everybody else. Man, fuck no, yo. That's not how that shit go, y'all. Yeah, I don't watch Trap Lil Ross, y'all. Oh shit, I ain't know Baby signed them. Wow, that's wild. That's strange. You gonna sign them little kids knowing what the fuck drill music is? He might be one of the ones they kept safe too. I'm just telling you, yo, a lot of this shit that we be saying, yo, you gotta really like, it ain't always just that complex. And like you heard dude say it. Let me play it for the people that didn't hear. Let's go back to that. You know, I really want y'all to watch the video. Check it out.
Fuel your inner adventure. You just think, looking back on it now with the benefit of hindsight, through all of the challenges and the triumphs that you've been through.
Check out what Joe said. This whole Chief Keef thing.
Expound on with Chief Keef, it wasn't just a vision. It was this is the first time I've ever told this story, but it was getting a call from a friend of mine who was in touch with the FBI, who told me that this kid was on a watch list.
Look, it wasn't just a vision. It was getting a call from a friend of mine that told me this kid was on a watch list. What watch list, y'all? Like, yo, if y'all notice, yo, Chief Keef has never done an interview with anybody of the culture. He go sit down, the interview I played in the beginning of this video, he go sit down with whoever that guy is. He ain't gonna sit down with none of us, yo, because we gonna have some real questions. And then even in that interview, when he get to ask him about some of the shit, it's like he got fumbled on his words, and his reply was, "Oh, you know, I was stuck in the street mindset." No, you wasn't, Shorty. Yeah, he is, boy, for real. People don't want to admit it, though, y'all. People do not want to admit it. That's why I don't let them boys fuck with him. People keep saying, you know, well, they robbed them. Yo, if you using people names and songs, and you ain't looking out for the guys, you deserve to get robbed, y'all. They could have did them worse than that. But the reason he was carrying it like that, because he ain't, you know what I mean? He wasn't like that.
Who then also subsequently called me back and told me that there's a $50,000 hit out on this kid, and you may want to do something about it. And that's not a job of, like, you know, from a traditional.
None of them guys he was using in
16,
songs.
17 years old at this point in
Yeah.
Chicago.
So I kind of stepped up as in a father figure role. So it's so much deeper than, let me sign this guy because everybody wants him, and there's a bidding war, and the single and the album and the video. Like, no, bro. No, this was so much deeper in terms of a vision for not just the music,
For his life.
and for his life.
Yeah.
And we're close to this day still because of that. And my greatest achievement with respect to signing him and Finally Rich to Me, which came out I think in 2012, really established drill, established what music is today for rap. I'm sure you both would agree. And what we did with Finally Rich, and I went in and picked the songs for the album. I came up with the intro, came up with the interludes. I mixed the album with Chris Chaney. I sequenced the album. Blah, blah, blah. To me, is that he's still alive.
And not in prison.
In prison.
And not facing prison, as far as we know.
And that, to me, is A&R. That, to me, is A&R. That's like giving a so that's...
Now you see I called it. Yo, what I'm saying is, yo, why would Chief, what FBI watch list could a 16-year-old be on? What FBI watch list? Yo, the shit, his career don't add up, man. It don't add up. I'm telling you, it don't add up, y'all. You keep talking about he got his guys real. What guys? I'm talking about the guys he mentioned in songs, man. He mentioned these Chief Keef and that Chicago wave brought in a new style of hip hop where it was guys that was in the streets that was getting notoriety. They wasn't rappers. D-Rose ain't never dropped the song. The whole world know him. Yo, he's a kid. But he was a juvenile. He was a juvenile. He wasn't an adult. What the fuck the feds are watching the juvenile? He can't go to feds. He can't catch fed time. He can't catch no fed time. He's a juvenile. Nah. I think Chief Keef was made to leave. Like, but people try to sell people this idea of Chief Keef just was so much smarter than everybody else, and I don't think that's the case. I think they put the people around him, and they removed him. Meanwhile, everything he left died, and I think that shit was intentional, man. Exactly. Who had 50K on him? Like, it doesn't add up, yo. Who had 15K on Chief Keef? Back in 2012. I mean, 50K back in 2012. Doesn't add up, y'all. Doesn't add up. His whole story don't add up. Don't add up, y'all. Like, I just can't see a 16-year-old. Yo, 16, yo, that's the fucking height of your life. That's when you start hitting that. That's when you start having sex the most. You start getting some money. 16, 15, 16, yo, that's when you really start thinking you're a grown man. Now, he got money now. And he leaves the city and for 20 years. Meanwhile, during his departure, everything is dying. Everything is killing. Everything is going to prison. And he just leaves. And never look back. Man, fuck out of here. Not at 16. Not if he was a real member. Not if he was a real member like they was trying to play him out to be. But see, that's the thing. He wasn't never a real member. Like I said, yo, and I'm gonna leave it like this. You know, whenever them boys from Chicago mention their top 5, Chief Keef is never number 1. He's never number 1. I haven't heard a Chicago rapper yet name Chief Keef as the best or the number 1 drill rapper. Real. Since you know everything, which one? Man, 16 in any city you walk around with guns, bro. But that don't mean you still can't go to the feds. You can't go to the feds as a juvenile, bro. You can't go to the feds as a juvenile, bro. Did you hear about what? Did you hear about mention Chief Keef as his top as top 5? I must have missed that. I don't think I ever heard his top 5. But the ones I heard, they ain't never mentioned Herbo. Dirk don't mention him. The young kids definitely don't mention him. I done heard Capone. What was that? Tay Capone. He ain't mention him. I done heard a few guys, yo, not mention. You would have thought, being as though he the number 1 drill rapper, he started drill. You'd have thought he'd been on everybody's top 5. Or everybody number 1. Yo, but yo, we had a 9-year-old, y'all, in Baltimore, locked up, arrested for armed carjacking. Yo, what is a 9-year-old doing being arrested for carjacking? No, they don't. They do not, y'all. They don't always give. They don't always do it. I done seen the free people. Not give him. Know what they say? Oh, you know, he ain't create drill. You know, he just made it popular. That's what they always say. I done seen a number of them say that. Could people be like that? Why is Chief Keef not in your top 5? And that's their reply. He ain't make drill. You know, he just made it popular. Am I lying? I know y'all heard people say that. I've seen people put King Louis over
Beaumont Express.
Look, there go my man Montana. Montana from Chicago. He said, man, I wasn't going to comment on this bullshit, but Buddy wasn't never in the streets. Never put in new work and shit. Never sold shit or nothing. I'm from 62nd and Lawrence. See, y'all, and I be glad when you come here, yo, because these motherfuckers be trying to act like since I ain't from shit. Yo, I'm observant, bro. Motherfuckers be acting like since I ain't from Chicago, I don't be knowing what I be talking about. I'm observant, bro. It's obvious. It's obvious, yo. He too well spoken. Yo, most 16, what's up, Rick? Most 16-year-olds in the hood don't know shit about no computers. Like Shorty knew about computers, yo. He just lived around the way. But he wasn't active. He wasn't in the mix. They used him. And the labels noticed it. The labels noticed it early on. And they used him to push this drill shit on everybody, bro. Because he was from round. He was from round. See, that's the thing, yo. People gotta understand. Everybody in the hood ain't on bullshit. He was around. Those was his friends, loosely. He knew them guys, they knew him. But he wasn't active like that. He wasn't in the mix like them guys was, man. But he used them guys to propel his career, and the labels used him to market drill music to the world. That's what happened. He used them guys, the labels used him, and they marketed drill music. Meanwhile, they kept him safe. They kept him safe. He didn't just leave because he was smarter than everybody. No, they kept him safe. Because if we're going to push this drill music, we're going to need you. At that age, you doing what your friends doing. Yeah, but he wasn't close like that. Yo, my man Montana just spoke, real. Comment to Montana. He from Chicago. Montana just spoke. Dude came out of nowhere. Look, with that don't like shit. Nobody knew who they was fucking talking about. Smoking on Tuka. Claimed he was on house arrest, but never was outside. Come on, y'all. Come on, yo. He a creative player, man. Niggas know. Niggas from Chicago know, man. They just, a lot of niggas just ain't gonna speak on it. A lot of niggas just ain't gonna speak on it. But niggas that's keeping it silent, niggas know. It's obvious, y'all. It's obvious. Dirk went to prison. All of these, Lil Reese locked up. All of these people is in jail, yo, or went to jail. Nothing never happened to yo. Nothing. They got all these charges that he say he caught as a juvenile. You don't even know if that shit true or not. Man, y'all is a fucking, okay. Alright, but we got a 9-year-old in Baltimore, y'all. Arrested for armed carjacking. Let's check this out.
News are following tonight. A 9-year-old is among 5 people arrested for armed carjacking in southeast Baltimore. This happened yesterday at a stop sign at Grundy and Bank Street. Baltimore police say a woman told them a suspect used a metal tool to smash her window, and then she was dragged from the car. Police were able to track the car and arrest 5 people, their ages ranging from 21 to just 9 years old. Again, 21 to 9 years old. 3 of the suspects were sent to central booking. A 15-year-old was taken to the Department of Juvenile Services, and the 9-year-old was released to his parents.
Yo.
One man and sending 9 other people to the hospital. WJZ was live at that scene along Block Raven Boulevard, where police officers say multiple gunmen and one car crashed 10 people in another. When that lead car crashed, video shows multiple gunmen get out and spray those victims with bullets. At this hour, no suspects have been named or charged in the case. But county police say that search for suspects led them to getting an AK-47 off the streets. Tara Lynch is live on your corner at police headquarters. And Tara, what have you heard from police on this new arrest?
Well, Nikki, Baltimore County Police did not speak with us on camera today. They did say in a statement that because of that mass shooting, they've increased patrols in that area of Towson and Parkville. And because of that, they saw a stolen vehicle, pulled that car over, and inside...
Yeah, I don't know how a 9-year-old... We got like 9 years old, y'all. Like at 9 years old, you shouldn't be out there even thinking about stealing cars. Like, in those type of situations, yo, they gotta find a way to pass a law that parents gotta be held accountable for that shit, y'all. Like this, see, this the thing. They wanna act, they wanna make it sound like they trying to clean up the streets and, you know, and get people back on the right track, yo. But that's an obvious. Something gotta be done about that. And you can totally put that on the parent. 9 years old. Like we ain't even talking about 12. We're talking about 9. They should still be out fucking playing with toys. That this bitch raw. Like where's the home structure? It need to be somebody you can hold accountable for that, man. That's fucking ridiculous. Let's see if we can get the details. They probably ain't going. Baltimore armed carjacking.
I found Jack's Auto Sales at 2701 Hawkins Point Road, Baltimore, Maryland.
Alright, let's read this. A violent carjacking on East Lombard Street ended with the arrest of 5 suspects ranging from age 9 to 21. After Baltimore police officers tracked down the stolen vehicle and pursued the suspect on foot. This occurred on December 22nd at approximately 2:05 p.m. when a 32-year-old woman stopped at a stop sign near Grundy and Bank Street was approached by, come on now, y'all. Y'all, I'm sick and tired of this praying on the weak shit. Like, a woman, y'all. A woman. A fucking woman. Well, I gotta eat something, y'all. I ain't in a hard day, man. But yeah, though, y'all, a woman, get the fuck out of here. One of the suspects, described as a white male, smashed her window with a metal tool, dragged her from the car, and fled in the vehicle. What the fuck? About an hour later, officers located the stolen car with 5 occupants. These them motherfucking immigrants. These them motherfucking immigrants. That's who they is. Where Grundy and Bank Street at? I guarantee that's down there by Passing Park where the motherfucking Hispanics be at. Grundy and Bank Street, Baltimore, Maryland.
According to MapQuest.com, get more information for Bank ST in Baltimore, Maryland. See reviews, map, get the address, and find directions.
Eastern Avenue. Yeah, this the Hispanic area. Grundy and Bank Street. Yeah, and I don't think they do though, G man. That'd be the crazy thing about it. Like crimes like carjacking, they don't be understanding. Like yo, carjacking is like 7 different charges. You can get 1st degree assault, 2nd degree assault, carjacking, armed carjacking, what else? Theft over 1,000. Like, it's so many different charges that come along with carjacking. It's crazy. This has Highland Town. Ain't that where the Hispanics be at? East Lombard Street. Hey, Edward, ain't that the Hispanic area? I can't get to the street view. Yeah, I figured that. I don't know what's going on. The Isoton Center, but the last time I was locked up, the Migos ain't wanna go. Yeah, that's because they ready to send them back, y'all. But yeah, that's who did that. See, but this the thing, yo. When they put out these news articles, they always do that. They always act like they don't know these the motherfucking Hispanics, these them immigrants doing that shit. About an hour later, officers located a stolen car with 5 occupants in the 1800 block of North Milton Avenue. Following a brief foot pursuit, officers arrested 5 individuals, later linking them to an attempted unarmed robbery and assault that took place shortly after the carjacking on South Robinson Street. 21, 19, 16, 15, and 9 years old. God damn. Police continue investigating, sirs. Damn, that's wild, y'all. It's Little before Essex. What's up, Matthew? Yeah, I wanted to just highlight that, y'all. Cause that's crazy. 9 years old, yo. Where the fuck is your prime? One of his brothers probably was one of the older kids. Probably the 15-year-old or the 16-year-old. Yeah, I try not to allow my kids to watch kids. You know, I ain't used to let my daughter watch her brothers. Now, sometimes it's unavoidable, but you know, a lot of people make that shit a habit. They make that shit a habit. Look at this though, y'all. Georgia couple sentenced to 100 years. Look at this shit. That's crazy, right? It's crazy. It's crazy they even opened the door up. They even opened the door up to something like that to even be a thing. Let's read the article. Man, see my man Birmingham plug, man. Y'all see that? Oh shit, why you ain't tell me my Wi-Fi wasn't on? How long we been live? Can y'all see how I gotta make it bigger? He said it was fake. Alright, so let's say William Zolak, Zachary Zolak have pleaded guilty to a series of heinous crimes against their adopted sons, leading to a sentence of 100 years in prison. Let's see if we can find that case. William Zolak. Here you go, right here.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. Developing now, a couple is behind bars accused of producing child porn. Authorities say with their adopted kids. It allegedly happened at their Oxford home. CBS 46's Yasmina Alston is live for us in Walton County with these disturbing details. Yasmina, good evening.
Yes, Savannah, good evening, and very disturbing details indeed. The Walton County Sheriff's Office says that it was an investigation by the GBI that led them to the couple. According to authorities, the couple was making in their home. Zachary Zulak and his husband William Zulak are being charged for child sex crimes. The Walton County Sheriff's Office in their home. Zachary Zulak and his husband William Zulak are being charged for child sex crimes. The Walton County Sheriff's Office raided their home on St. Regis Way in Oxford and found that both men were engaging in sexually abusive acts and videotaping it with their adopted sibling children.
Wow.
The two children were taken out of harm's way. Police saying that material was being downloaded, which was discovered during a search warrant in unincorporated Loganville. Now, we did speak with neighbors in that community off camera. They did not want to speak on camera, but they do say it was very shocking to find out that was happening, and they said it was awful for those children. We'll, of course, keep you updated as we learn more in this story.
Yo, that is crazy. And know what's even wilder? You had a girl earlier this year that was praised for giving her kids up for adoption. And people was like, well, at least if she can't take care of them, or at least she ain't hurt them. And I'm like, yo, they must not know how this adoption shit work. Like, that girl ain't give her kids up because she thought about hurting them. She gave her kids up because she ain't feel like being a mother no more. There was 2 males. So I'm going to read it. Alright, I'm trying to eat. William Zolak and Zachary Zolak have pleaded guilty to a series of heinous crimes against their adopted sons, leading to a sentence of 100 years in prison for each. The couple adopted the children through a Christian special needs adoption agency, which has been criticized for potentially cut corners in their adoption process. The abuse reportedly began several years after the adoption, with the Zolots admitting to a long-term molestation of the boys. Wow. Why is not mainstream news? The gravity of the crimes was underscored by a discovery of over 7 terabytes of digital evidence by investigators, which included graphic images, videos. The initial 17-count indictment accused the couple of performing. Wow. Wow. I can't even read that shit. Furthermore, the Zolots allegedly facilitated the sex abuse of their sons by other. Wow. Damn. Oh, they tear their ass up in the joint, boy. They might like it. That's where they need to be. This is how they want to live. What? Y'all see this? He expressed excitement about abusing the boys, and one message stating that they were looking forward to. Wow. You disgusting piece of shit. I hope they fucking die in the joint. Look at these 2 motherfuckers. I hope they die in the joint. For real. Put him in there with a big what was the booty loving dude name? Put him in there with one of them type guys. 23-1. Yeah. 23-1 his ass. Both of them. But y'all. So Young and Ace say he not ATK no more. So he is done with ATK. I bet y'all. It's showing.
Took that, man. Fuck wrong with y'all niggas, man. Fuck. If I say no more ATK, it ain't no more. Fuck you talking about, nigga. Niggas don't do shit. Niggas don't do shit. Tripping. Everybody always got some shit to say. These niggas don't do shit. You niggas, when it's time for the Lord to be paid, where the fuck niggas be at? They got all this shit to say. Where the fuck them niggas be at, though? When niggas be dying, niggas need to get buried. When the time to spend that money, where the fuck them niggas be? Niggas always got shit to say, but don't be on shit, man. They don't get no feet wet or nothing, man. You niggas just be talking, man.
I hope they do, bro.
Don't talk about a nigga like me. Don't get a man. When I say no more, it ain't no more, nigga. It ain't no more. Fuck it, man. Fuck wrong with niggas, man. We took that, man. Fuck wrong with y'all niggas, man. Fuck. If I say no more ATK, it ain't no more. Fuck you talking about, nigga. Niggas don't do shit. Niggas don't do shit.
I think he taking Lil Baby advice. Y'all remember Lil Baby was just on sitting with the Lil Yachty. Remember he was sitting with Lil Yachty. He was talking about how he didn't know that they can charge you can have your rap crew and they'll treat y'all like a gang. So I'm thinking that Young and Ace probably saying that and probably was like, yeah, I probably need to separate myself or disassociate myself with this ATK movement. Because you see all the, their name been in a lot. When they in Jacksonville, when they got to talk about indictments, they even, matter of fact, they even tied or tried to tie 2 Julio Fulio killers to ATK. And them boys both said, I ain't got nothing to do with no ATK. You ain't never seen me with them boys. But when we spoke on that, I told y'all it's 2 different ATKs. It's ATK, the guys Julio Fulio hang with, and then it's ATK, the guys that's in Jacksonville. Now Julio Fulio say he done with both of them. Not Julio Fulio, Young and Ace. Young and Ace say he done with both of them. He ain't ATK no more. Don't mix his name with theirs or none of that.
Shocking.
Y'all remember this case? This is a wild ass case right here. Mahogany Brown. out in Alabama. She supposed to stole somebody's gun, or she supposed to stole somebody's strap, and they set her up and did it real bad. Now all of these people, y'all, is facing the death penalty. All 8 suspects are facing the death penalty in a kidnapping, sex assault, and murder of 20-year-old Mahogany Jackson in Birmingham, Alabama. It all started after she was lured to a friend's house. The incident was recorded and posted on social media while the suspects laughed. Yo, this was disgusting, man. Y'all remember this story?
And difficult murder case. All 8 suspects in the Mahogany Jackson killing will now face the death penalty.
It was dirty. I covered it. It was terrible.
Mother who was kidnapped, tortured,
they did it real bad,
and murdered. And tonight, her mother tells us she believes all of those suspects deserve whatever they get. Your reporter, Bria Chapman, keeping you on top of this case from the very beginning. Joining us now in studio, Bria. You talk to family and prosecutors. What are they saying?
Yeah, that's right, Sarah. So I spoke to Mahogany's mother this afternoon, asking her what her reaction is to all 8 suspects facing the death penalty, and she tells me she agrees with it because they showed her child no mercy. Gail Shearer says these suspects laughed as they tortured her daughter, and she didn't have a judge nor a jury. All she wants now is justice for Mahogany. Prosecutors say the suspects recorded a lot of what happened to Mahogany, including her being beaten and sexually assaulted. Most of those suspects just stood and listened today as their indictments were read in court. Now, all pleaded not guilty, and we asked District Attorney Danny Carr why the state is seeking the death penalty against them.
If there's an aggravating factor that's involved, then those cases are eligible for the death penalty. We typically don't do what they call seek the death penalty. If a case is eligible based on the facts in the law, then we charge them as such, as we did in this case. All these separate cases will have dispositions. So we'll see what happens, whether it's a long stint in jail, being in prison the rest of your life.
This case was terrible, y'all. Y'all don't remember this case? What? Mahogany Brown. This case was horrible, y'all. Wasn't that last name Brown? Mahogany Jackson. This case was horrible, yo. Like, they were supposed to have been all friends, but somehow, some way, a firearm got stolen. A firearm got stolen. And, man, it was disgusting, man. Who video was this? The full story. Let's check this out.
Warning.
Who this is?
Some viewers.
Salute the shallow terrestrial TV, man. Probably one of them YouTube created pages.
May find the following video disturbing. Viewers discretion.
This was different, yo. This was different. Alright, so let me give y'all a background. Like I said, they all was friends. Somehow a firearm got missing. She went over there to her friend's house to confront them about the firearm. The friends end up kidnapping her and doing like wild things to her. And they recorded all of it. So video got released of the girl begging for her life. So, yo, it's a terrible story, yo. Just listen. Like, I don't like going into the details. It's like, just listen. She punched her.
That girl ain't trying to set nobody up. Yo, big bad body. This the whole scenario, y'all. Big sound wave. Sound.
About 9 months ago.
Big sound wave. Upside down kitchen.
They was beating on her. Yo, this is a horrible case, y'all.
What is a friend? Well, according to the dictionary,
Yeah, it's one of them YouTube created pages that they making to combat the independent viewer. But we gonna check it out though.
a friend is a person whom one knows and with whom one has a bond of mutual affection, typically exclusive of sexual or family relations. But history has shown us time after time that not only can an enemy approach you as a
No, this is
friend,
like 9 months
bad
ago.
situations can turn people that were once good friends into the worst enemies, and old friends can be more
I
dangerous.
wanna get to the story. Nah, I don't like this. We gotta find a real story. Somebody that's really speaking. New details in a kidnapping murder. I know somebody did a good story on this. So, at one point, she got a chance to call her parents. Her parents came to the house, she was gone. And they took her to another location.
In the case of Mahogany Jackson, Birmingham police say 8 people played a role in her deadly kidnapping.
Yeah, buddy, you
in
remember
February.
it. Shit was horrible.
13's Magdala Lusan joins us now live with more. Magdala? Yes, Sherry, a grand jury decided all of them will now be facing capital murder charges. These are the 8 people charged in Mahogany Jackson's murder. Some of them were already charged with capital murder. Others were facing only sodomy and felony murder charges. That was until the grand jury recently decided and agreed with the Jefferson County DA that everyone should be charged with capital murder. Now, you may remember this gruesome case from early this year in late February. Mahogany's family reported her missing. The next day, her body was found near Laurel Avenue in the Powderly neighborhood. Investigators determined at the scene she had been shot and say she was sexually assaulted. The details learned in court months ago are too disturbing to describe on television. District Danny Carr tells me upgrading charges for everyone sends the message that there's a price to pay for barbaric actions.
It was disgusting, y'all.
Society need to understand that, when you partake in these kind of actions, whether directly or indirectly, that you're criminally responsible as well. And we hope that sends a message loud and clear that we're not going to stand for it, that there's going to be a significant punishment for them. And, going forward,
I don't know about that story.
People to think twice about committing these kind of heinous acts in our community.
Like, the details really is too hard to, like, it was real bad. It was real. I can't even explain it no better. It was real bad, man. Y'all know it gotta be bad for somebody like me to say they probably do deserve the death penalty. Like, for real. They probably do deserve the death penalty for how they did that girl. But you got Stephen A. Smith, y'all. Now y'all know Stephen A. Smith has been one of the loudest and biggest yo, hold up, look at this girl, y'all. Yo, somebody need to talk to this woman. Yo, was she trying to kill herself or something? Y'all think she's sniffing coke or something? What's up with Ice Spice? Y'all think she on cocaine? Like, how does she think this was better than this? Like, look at it. She looks like a fucking... come on, Ice Spice. What are you doing, shorty? Hey, what happened to Ice Spice, y'all? No, she was creative player as well. Yeah, she look horrible, man. Like, damn, shorty. Like, who convinced her that she looked better like this? She all smiling and shit. Ain't no way you happy looking like that, man. You came out looking healthy. Yeah, y'all, but Stephen A. Smith, hold on, let's forget Stephen A. Smith. Oh, fuck him. He's a rat. We ain't looking at no rats today. Stephen A. Smith reflects on his support for Kamala Harris. Say he's open to voting for Republican candidates in the future. interview. Where I need to find this whole conversation. Yo, cause see, this is the shit I be talking about, y'all, how they do. They sell us out. Then they try to come back. Stephen A. Smith interview. Is this it? No. Stephen A. Smith becoming a Republican. He been having to change of heart lately. I gotta find the name of this platform. Life, Liberty, and Levain. Here we go, right here. 2 days ago. Y'all don't think that's strange? Stephen A. Smith, as loud as he was?
Welcome back, America. Stephen A. Smith. So could you see yourself seeing what you see now? And obviously, Donald Trump can't run for president again, but if he could, under this current circumstances, could you see yourself voting for him?
Quite possibly. I'm not going to sit up there and dismiss that anymore. I think we're beyond that. He would have to prove a lot, Mark. And I'm not talking about policy now for a second. Allow me to say this. What concerned me about Donald Trump and the reason I voted against him and voted for Kamala Harris was because I felt that he would be divisive, that he would create chaos because he demands such a level of loyalty and fealty to him. And that would take priority over governing our nation. That was my concern. And so I'm looking for both sides to work across the aisle from one another. Having said that, when you see some of the things that he said, if he follows through on some of the things that he has said, it's not just about eradicating inflation, improving the economy, obviously controlling our borders. These are all things that I care about, make no mistake about that. And I certainly would support him in that regard. But it can't be just about fealty to him and loyalty to him. It has to be about getting the job done on behalf of what's in the best interest of the American people, as opposed to yourself, and not engaging in a kind of juvenile tendencies, tweeting all the time and going after people who are really much irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. You do things like that and you show that you're the adult in the room, yeah. I don't think anybody could dismiss Donald Trump at this particular moment in time, not just because of him, but because of what we've seen the Democrats do. We're not falling for it any longer. The American people aren't falling for it any longer. I voted Democrat, and I got to tell you something right now. I don't like the fact that I did. I don't like what I'm saying. I don't want to hear about, oh, we're about law, we're about the law. Nobody's above the law. Nobody's above the law. But then you go out and you pardon yourself.
Yo, Stephen A. Smith is a poser, man. He gonna go with whatever he think. He gonna go whatever he think their agenda is or the narrative is. He see a lot of people switching up. A lot of people saying, "Yo, look, man, this is supposed to be a highly intelligent man. You mean to tell me it took you this long to realize what the fuck really going on out this bitch? It took you 8 years. It took Stephen A. Smith 8 years. Now he's saying he done. He's upset that he voted for Kamala." He probably ain't even vote for Kamala, y'all. He probably just got paid and was told to say that shit. He said he's on TV every day. Trump won, so they had him switch up because probably so, yo. You already know Sunday best. He a poser. He one of them whatever floats your boat type motherfuckers. Like whatever the narrative is, Stephen A. Smith is for it. I can't stand them type of guys.
And you try to blame everybody else for it. I don't want to hear about defund the police. I don't want to hear about, what, there should be open borders. I don't want to hear this stuff. And I don't think most of the American people want to hear that.
What? You just realized that. You just realized that. They've been talking open borders for 8 years, Stephen A. See, yo, this what I be meaning, yo. We cannot allow these guys to do that. We cannot allow these guys to keep flip-flopping when it's convenient. No. Stand on what you said. Because it didn't take you 8 years to realize we didn't want open borders. Didn't take you 8 years to do that. Now all of a sudden, it's cool now. You know, it's cool now to be black and say, I ain't voting for the motherfucking Dems. I don't like how they operate. But when it wasn't cool, he was against it. Fuck out of here.
We're about law. We're about the law. Nobody's above the law. Nobody's above the law. But then you go out and you pardon your son. And you try to blame everybody else for it. I don't want to hear about defund the police. I don't want to hear about, what there should be open borders. I don't want to hear this stuff. And I don't think most of the American people want to hear that. We're thinking about the state of affairs that's in. We're not about America only, but being about America and prioritizing what's going on in this nation with the desolate and the disenfranchised and everybody else in between, and looking out for the best interest of what it is for America. That is not a crime for an American politician or commander-in-chief or a senator or a congressional figure to have that mentality. I want them to have that mentality. So I think about things along those lines. And I'm no longer interested in, nor do I believe any of us should be interested in listening to a bunch of fear-mongering to tell us who we shouldn't vote for. Why don't you come up with a plan that tells us why we should vote for you? That's what I'm interested in. And if Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, Byron Donald, Marco Rubio, or the host of other Republican candidates coming down the pike, that's the kind of message that they're going to put forth, I'm down for it. I'm open-minded enough to make sure that I entertain that from a policy perspective. That's what I want for the American people. That's what I want for this nation.
That's why we love you, my man. Now, one quick question. I don't have a lot of time left. Sure. You get this all the time. Who's going to win the Super Bowl? Kind of a dumb question, but I like it anyway.
I got to tell you something right now. You
I can see that, G-Man. I can see that being true.
Defending Super Bowl champion. This guy, Josh Allen, with the Buffalo Bills, the way he's looking right now, he's my leading candidate for league MVP honors. He looks absolutely phenomenal. It wouldn't surprise me at all if the Philadelphia Eagles played the Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl and Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills ended up winning the Super Bowl championship. The way this kid is looking, he's looking that special.
I know. And you've got great quarterbacks everywhere, and he's like the standout of the bunch. It's unbelievable.
What?
Stephen A., I love your
show.
No,
the fuck he ain't. Lamar Jackson is standout of the bunch. He just got on there and lied. You can't believe nothing this motherfucker said. Nothing. Yo, but at the end of the day, y'all, we still gotta be careful of pledging our allegiance to any political party, y'all. I think that we should all, everybody, white, black, Hispanic, we should all register as independent. The way they divide people is they make you pick a side. They make you pick a side. But if you stay independent, you can pick whatever side. I just don't want us to get to a point where we get locked in on one side, just like how we was locked in on one side for 100 years voting for Democrats. No, y'all, I think we should register. I always register independent. Always. Like I'm not picking no side, yo, because my feelings can change. It depends on what the fuck. It depends on, what you putting out there. If I can get behind it or not. Now, I don't blame you. Yeah, yo, but they was trying to trick us into believing that. Like, I couldn't imagine what the world would have looked like with Kamala Harris as president. But he was one of the ones. Stephen A. Smith goes in on Donald Trump. Let's see what he said right here.
Hardee's candy.
This was nothing but a month ago. Let's see what he said a month ago. Hold up.
Made from scratch breakfast biscuits, Frisco sandwiches, or anytime. Unwrap the holiday.
This was a month ago, y'all. Let's see what he said then.
All right, here with his take. I admit it publicly. He's a friend of mine. We don't agree a lot on politics. It's ESPN host. He's a rock star. There is no, as far as I'm concerned, there is no ESPN without my friend Stephen A. Smith. I watched you on The View today. How you doing?
All right, how you doing, Sean? Congratulations on the election, the results. You called it. You said it was going to happen. I can't refute it. I can't refute the fact that the president of the United States, the president-elect, is well deserving of it. It was a romp. It was an annihilation. I know a lot of people are trying to, label it like, he won.
I don't want to hear that. I want to hear when he used to go in on him. Look, now he all over Fox News. Oh, I see what he doing. See, that's what I'm saying, yo. Whatever he gonna go with whatever is hot. Whatever's hot, that's Stephen A. Smith on. You a fucking cornball, man. Fucking cornball. Now he regret voting for Kamala. Get the fuck out of here. Man, where the old videos we used to go in on him at? Stephen A. Smith disrespects Donald Trump. I just want to see how much he changed. Look, you can't even find it on the internet no more. Yo, these algorithms vicious, boy. I know he got a whole bunch of videos where he went in. Now you can't find them. If this was 2 months ago, they'd have been all over the internet. Here we go. Why he's disgusted about Donald Trump.
Imagine making $453,000 in a single month as an affiliate marketer without relying on Google, Facebook, or ClickBank, or creating new accounts on Pinterest, Twitter, TikTok.
I see what he's doing.
Trump is everywhere. It's at the Olympics. It's back here in the States. It's at journalism conferences. Everywhere you turn, it's drama. I guess people's primary ambition is not to be bored, huh? I guess that's why you want to watch Stephen A. Smith show coming at you right now.
He else was doing it. I think it's into that. Let me say this about what Trump had to say just now, or what you just saw him say. I had no problem with the question that Rachel Scott asked. Rachel Scott is an outstanding reporter and correspondent for ABC. What she said, the question that she posed was accurate. You're showing up to the National Association of Black Journalists as a presidential candidate, particularly one on the conservative side where you know the vast majority of African Americans are not going to vote. You have to expect piercing questions that are going to make you uncomfortable. And instead of Trump responding the way I believe he should have, which I'll get into in a second, he showed his petulance, his belligerence, his immaturity, and his lack of leadership.
That was 5 months ago.
In terms of being presidential and understanding the decorum that should come with the position. Now, here's the deal. If you are Trump, you're looking at Rachel Scott, you know what you should have said. What you should have brought up was some of the things you tried to allude to. You know, when you think about Trump's economic policies and how it helped black voters in his first term, there's a lot of people that make that argument about him. There's a lot of people that say that the economy was thriving before COVID came about. They talked about that.
That was the whole point.
They talked about how he should compare his record against the Biden record, particularly with inflation ravaging our country at this particular moment in time. They talked about that. They also he also should have talked about more specifically what he's done for historically black colleges and universities. I know Roland Martin alluded to him potentially not telling the truth about that, but Trump should have made his case.
Okay, he should have made his case if there was a case to make. Okay, he should have talked about low inflation during his term. He should have talked about the economy being robust. Okay, he should have talked about border control and how open borders, which is taking place since the Biden administration has taken office, is something that we've all lamented since 10.5 million immigrants have crossed the United States borders illegally.
Yo, Stephen A. Smith is going. He gonna go wherever the money take him. Wherever the money take him, yo. Like, you can't believe nothing that come out of his motherfucking lying ass mouth. Him backing Trump got me starting to question Trump now and shit. I might, can't trust him no more. Stephen A. Smith got behind him.
We should have talked about those things. And all you had to do was answer the damn question. But instead, he's like, you didn't even say hello.
We don't.
How
but they
are
be trying
you?
to, they be trying to propel him.
I mean, come on.
If you notice, he talks about everything now. He ain't no different than a blogger. It was about sports. Now he talks about every motherfucking thing. And his takes be way off. Like, he need to stick to sports.
And then, and see, this is the thing that bothers me too. Because I'm watching Harris Faulkner on Fox News. I'm not going to denigrate and disrespect her. But I watched her on Fox News this afternoon, the day after this panel discussion took place, or this discussion with the former president took place. And there were 3 panelists, there were 3 moderators. Harris Faulkner was one of them. And she's sitting up there talking about how it didn't go the way that it was supposed to go, and watching Trump's...
No. See, the problem is, real, what you don't realize, is they're trying to box us out. Corporations and corporations are trying to box out the independent voice. That's what's going on. If y'all haven't noticed what's going on YouTube right now. They got Law and Crime. Law and Crime Network is ran by a social media fuck you call them motherfuckers. One of them social media things that say they boost your views and shit. They trying to box out the independent voice so they can gain control of the narrative. They lost the narrative when too many independent voices started speaking out. So now they're paying the Stephen A. Smiths and the rest of these other guys that we all seen on TV before, and they sending them all the views. They send them all the views to try to box us out. Now when you type in certain topics about hip-hop, Stephen A. Smith pops up. And what the fuck Stephen A. Smith doing speaking on the beef between Kendrick and Drake? Or when you type in YNW Melly case, Law and Crime Network pop up. What the fuck Law and Crime Network know about YNW Melly? They ain't never listened to a Melly song. But at first, when you type that shit, one of us will pop up. So what they doing is, they trying to phase us out, man. These guys signing contracts with YouTube, and they trying to phase out the independent blogger. That was what he was paid for. This shit just started.
Deputy Communications Director, I forgot her name, lambasting Rachel Scott and Goba rather, talked about they were unprofessional. How were they unprofessional? How were they unprofessional? Harris Faulkner, you were up there with them. I understand that you're working at Fox News and you don't necessarily want to go after former President Donald Trump the way Brett Baer may have when he asked him very poignant questions. Go back to Fox News from a year ago or so. Watch Brett Baer's interview with Donald Trump and the questions he asked the former president, especially when he picked him apart on how Trump proclaims to hire great people.
So know how you see it. It's a lot of, if you notice that, y'all, it's a lot of that. It's a lot of that going on. You're bumping across a lot of them pages. Like, those pages are YouTube created pages. They got AI voices. They're trying to take our voice away. Slowly but surely. And motherfuckers support these channels. They share these channels. Excuse me. The whole time these channels are not organic. Like, how can you have a channel with 13K views, 30 videos, and all the videos over 200K? It's not how that shit works. Y'all told y'all, yo, it is very important, yo, to control the narrative. And lately, since you had so many independent people speaking, they lost track of the narrative. Like right now, the narrative on Diddy. Diddy guilty, Diddy did this, Diddy did that, Diddy did that. And they send you the Long Crime Network, who's a part of the play. But if you notice, their coverage is biased. They trying to send people to the pages that's pushing the agenda, as opposed to the pages that's fighting back against the agenda, or the pages that's just keeping it real. And some of them is agents, because some of them work for these companies. Some of them are getting signed by these companies. These companies sign them. Yo, once these people put corporate dollars behind you, yo, you are no longer independent. You feel me? But they sell you this idea, oh no, I'm independent. No, you're not. You getting paid by Universal. You getting paid by Warner Brothers. You ain't independent. Cause you gotta tell you can't go far too out. You can't go too far out the lines of what they want you to say. And that's who they sending these. That's who they sending these. I'm gonna show you. Real, since you always gotta be the slowest person in the chat. I know you run a YouTube page. You should know this. Who owns Law and Crime Network?
Jelly Smack. According to Variety.com, Jelly Smack has acquired Law and Crime Network, the legal and true crime video network and production company headed by Dan Abrams. Terms of the deal were not disclosed. Jelly Smack said Law and Crime Network is the company's largest acquisition to date.
What is Jelly Smack?
Jelly Smack is a global creator company that helps video creators and brands grow their audience and maximize their revenue across social platforms. It leverages technology and data to detect the most promising creators and helps them skyrocket their social growth through multi-platform distribution, financial backing, and data-driven content creation.
Do you need any more information? Did you hear what they do? Y'all, I don't just be talking, y'all. What I'm trying to explain to people, y'all, is they're trying to take the voice away from the independent blogger. Trying to take the voice away. So be careful about these pages that you support. And you cash app. You know, you might think you cash apping and supporting one of us, but it ain't. You supporting the system. It's the system. Did y'all see this? Kayla B and Mama Duck went back and forth. What the fuck is... Hold up, y'all. It was another page to this.
Me real motherfucking man. Hey, y'all know why I was mad behind Von Dine? I was so mad. I was so pissed off. You know why? Because I felt I got cheated out of my fucking justice. Because I didn't want him dead. I wanted his ass. Y'all heard of Reverend Ron? I want motherfuckers to call him Reverend Vaughn.
Yeah,
that's
stupid,
what the fuck I was on. Just killed my whole motherfucking dream right there. Just killed it. Because I felt like I got cheated out of fucking justice. They was cool with the street justice. Give me real motherfucking man.
Mama Duck be tripping. Hey, real, you slow, y'all. What the fuck is you talking? Yo, damn, y'all, I swear, you gotta be a child. You gotta be a child. Everybody else gets it, except for Real. Real always the last person to get it. Yo, once you got corporate dollars behind you, you're compromised. You're compromised. Because you can't say a lot of times what need to be said. You know why? Because now you're fucking with their bottom line. You're fucking up their money. So once you see something like a jelly smack, paying people, more than likely splitting their YouTube revenue. Now you are controlled. You're owned. So now you can't go through Diddy's situation. If the narrative on Diddy is he guilty, he need prison for the rest of his life. You can't. Hold up, yo. It's hot as shit in here. You can't get on your platform. You can't get on your platform and say that. Because now you're going against the grain. You're going against the grain. But for the longest time with YouTube started out. Yeah. YouTube started out here with independent speakers. But that's not what it's turning into no more, yo. It's turning into corporations buying into these people's channels so they can push their narrative. It's gonna be similar to what eventually, if it continues to go this way, it's gonna be like watching CNN or Fox News. People came to the internet because they was tired of that. You know, they was tired of being lied to. They was tired of being fed nonsense. But I told you, it's people in this world that looks at the narrative. They gotta control the narrative, and if they lose the narrative, they gotta find a way to get back in, and this is their way back in. Compromising content creators. So you had somebody like me, I'd be talking to y'all, and I'd be like, yo, support the channel, and y'all think y'all support me. Meanwhile, my whole YouTube revenue is getting split because I owe them. They gave me $100,000 up front, like a record label. Like a record label. And that's what's going on, y'all. And it's fucked up, yo, because you can't compete with them. So pages that was getting 100,000 views are now only getting 50,000 because they sending the bulk of the money. They're sending the bulk of the views to these platforms, these content, these global platforms that's hiring people. It's a fucked up situation, y'all. It's fucked up that that's what they doing, y'all, because they don't want to pay people like me or people like other people. They rather pay corporations and send them everything. And I don't think, how many other people online telling y'all this? I don't even think most people even realize what they doing. You can't compete with them. There's no compete with them. What else, y'all? Look at this right here. You remember we was talking about the work rat? And I meant to do a story on this. 46-year-old Baltimore man fouled, then shot his coworker multiple times after blaming him for being demoted. Check this out. I forgot about this.
Still in critical condition, but before he was taken to shock trauma, he was able to give police enough information for them to make a quick arrest. Bond denied for 46-year-old Kevin Gross. He's facing charges for allegedly shooting a 28-year-old co-worker on the side of I-95 early Monday morning. According to charging documents, the victim called 911. When state police arrived, they found him walking along the shoulder of 95 with 7 gunshot wounds to the arm and torso. Court documents show he told police he was on his way into work and got a flat tire, so he pulled over on the shoulder of 95 just north of the Howard County line. When he got out to inspect the tire, his co-worker, Kevin Gross, pulled up behind him and got out wearing a mask covering his mouth. Quote, Gross told him he must have hit a pothole or something, but upon inspecting the tire, the victim could see the tire had been slashed. Gross then produced a firearm and began firing numerous shots, end quote. Charging documents reveal the two were assistant managers at Planet Aid in Elkridge. Gross had recently been demoted, and the victim told police Gross thought he had something to do with that demotion. The victim was critically injured and taken to shock trauma. Police arrested Gross on his way to work Monday morning. He spoke with police and, quote, Gross placed him...
Yo, did that shit and went back to work. Get the fuck out of here. Yo, people crazy as shit. Yo tried to kill his co-worker, then go back to work. The next day. Like, yo, come on, shorty. Like, yo, people gotta tighten up, yo. But I told you, yo, nobody likes the rat. Not the workplace rat and none of that.
Himself in the vicinity of the victim's apartment at approximately 0100 hours on 11/18/2024 because he wanted to fight him. Gross waited for the victim to exit the apartment complex and followed him in his Buick, end quote. Arguing against bail, the prosecutor brought up a carjacking conviction Gross served time for nearly 2 decades ago. The defense argued for home detention, saying he takes care of his mother who has dementia, but the judge ultimately decided Gross was too much of a risk to the victim and the community. We stopped by the Planet Aid where they both worked. They gave us a statement saying, at this point, we have no special information about this tragic crime other than what has been reported in the media. We hope that the shooting victim recovers and that the shooter is brought to justice. Reporting live in Ellicott City. Kim, Ashley.
Hey, yo, that's crazy, yo. Yo tried to kill his co-worker for getting him demoted and then went back to work the next day. That's fucking crazy. Yo, let's check out this damn Trap Lord Ross shit. Probably check out like 5 minutes of it. And that's all I'm gonna watch. 4 hours, yo. Like, yo, who does 4 hours documentary?
Happy birthday.
Yo, know who sit back and watch a 4-hour documentary? Police. Police sit back and watch the whole 4 hours. I mean, it's a lot of people that are watching too, so I don't want to say just police. But I know for certain the police sat back and watched this whole motherfucking documentary. No, I ain't gonna say it ain't just police, bro. I ain't watching no 4 hours.
Hey, Marty. Oh, no, you don't. Let me get this.
I'm just saying, I think that's what he making these motherfuckers for. He doing investigative work from the UK. I'm sure they reached out to him by now. But I want to see, we're going to watch a couple minutes of it. I just want to see how he constructed this video.
This video is taken from public sources. I cannot be held responsible for content third parties publish. This video is a collection of rumors, lyrics, legal paperwork, and my own opinion. This video is covered by fair use and contact.
Yo, this video was what? What did he say?
Disclaimer. Everything in this video is taken from public sources. I cannot be held responsible for content third parties publish. This video is a collection of rumors, lyrics, legal paperwork, and my own opinion. This video...
Rumors, lyrics, legal paperwork, and his own opinion. Okay.
This video is covered by fair use and contains my own personal analysis and critique of publicly available information only. Visit patreon.com/TrapLordRoss if you want uncut, extended, and early versions of my best videos. In 2024, Chicago rapper Lil Durk was at the pinnacle of his career. One of the leading pioneers of drill music, the violent modern incarnation of gangster rap, over the course of his 14-year career, he'd released a series of mixtapes and albums that cemented his place as one of the most influential and impactful gangster rappers in history, and earning him the nickname The Voice. Over those years, he racked up 4 Grammy nominations, finally winning one in 2024 for his inspirational hit song All My Life with fellow rap megastar J. Cole. The song went double platinum, selling 2 million copies by the end of 2023. An uplifting anthem for the streets, it included an infectious hook where Durk claimed that all his life, people had been trying to hold him down. He rapped that they never thought he would make it out, but they couldn't take him, and they couldn't break him. In his verse, he admonished the media for calling him a menace and using his passed against him. He rapped about sitting down with the mayor of Chicago and politicians in an effort to change his image. Dirk had presented himself as a misunderstood and falsely persecuted artist who was trying to provide a positive message to the downtrodden community he'd emerged from. But it would turn out that this may well have been one big facade, as the world would soon find out the dark
Hey, yo, fuck out of here. Hey, yo. Hey, yo, fuck no, yo. Yo, this guy is crazy, yo. Yo, he is crazy. Why couldn't that been Dirk for real? Oh my God. There's no way I could watch this.
The reality behind Dirk's music was much worse than anyone could have ever imagined. As on October the 24th, 2024, rap fans around the world would get news of a bombshell allegation, as federal prosecutors would announce that they had charged 5 people connected to Lil Durk's OTF record label and rap group with the murder of a young man named Savia Robinson, aka Lil Pab, the cousin of rival rapper Quando Rondo, who had been brutally shot to death 2 years earlier at a gas station in Los Angeles. With Pab's death, the chilling aftermath caught on camera and broadcast on the news for the whole world to see.
Exactly, No Heart. Exactly, y'all. And they all try to do that. Well, I'm just a fan of the music. How you a fan of the music? You trying to send a man to jail? Like, I'm glad you said that, No Heart, because that makes absolutely no sense. And they all do it. I'm just a casual fan. I listen to all Dirk stuff. But then you put out a video trying to implicate him in 25 murders. Like, yo, get the fuck out of here. These guys think we fucking stupid. Ain't nobody dumb, man. You could probably trick somebody that don't know no better with that stupid ass shit, but everybody that know better, that makes zero sense.
Details tonight in a deadly shooting near the Beverly Center. We've learned the victim is a friend of rapper Quando Rondo. Video from the scene appears to show Quando Rondo distraught while first responders move the body. So far, no arrests have been made.
It all started at this mobile gas station at 5:30 Friday evening. LAPD says witnesses heard multiple gunshots, then watched a couple cars zoom off. 3 people and 1 car shot at this black Cadillac Escalade. It's unclear if those inside shot back. Deputies found it peppered with bullet holes and a shattered window. 1 man inside, a member of Rondo's entourage, had been shot. The 23-year-old was taken to the hospital.
Ross made $500,000 off of YouTube in 2 years. 500 bangs. He ain't put a dollar. He ain't gave a dollar to them families and them. None of them people he talk about. Y'all know he a tech giant. What would make a tech giant turn YouTuber? He probably signed the same people that signed Law and Crime Network. He probably signed to them people too. What they call it, Jelly Smack?
The scene left with remnants of the fight, shoes left in the street, doors flung open, shots fired, a fight taken to the streets, and this chaotic scene, the ending of a shooting that started in Los Angeles, California. Sheriff's deputies pulling out a man who had been shot in an SUV. Savannah rapper Quando Rondo, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
The details and footage of this disturbing murder would be seen and read all around the world. But not only was it a brutal hit, carried out in broad daylight with no regards for the safety of the public, but it
that's his character. That's his uniform, y'all. He don't wear that in real life. Real life, he don't even wear glasses. This is his uniform.
Next to one of the most popular tourist attractions in the city, the Beverly Center shopping mall. A brazen murder that ironically beared the hallmarks of a similar murder carried out in Chicago 2 years prior, where another rap rival of Dirk's, FPG Duck.
Yo, what the fuck? Come on, bro. Jesus, come on.
Gunned down by a group of 6 men, with that crime also being caught on surveillance footage in its entirety. Once again in broad daylight, in a busy tourist hotspot, a high-end fashion district, with the murder happening right outside the Dolce & Gabbana store.
But Rob, Chicago police tell me that these 3 victims were targeted, that 4 men in 2 different vehicles came down Oak Street, stopped right here in the middle, and started firing. Lights, sirens, and crime scene taking over one of Chicago's most notable streets. Word is spreading on social media that the 26-year-old man pronounced dead.
Traveler Ross is the biggest culture vulture we got. The biggest one. He bigger than Adam. For real.
A rapper.
To see this happen in the middle of the day is very, very disturbing.
And just like in the murder of Lil Pab, FBG Duck was left to die in the middle of the street.
You don't think Traveler Ross bigger than Adam?
One of whom was even hit in the crossfire.
Hey, y'all, what's going on? I'm here. I'm in the Gold Coast. I'm in the Gold Coast right now.
I think
and
so.
Man, I was just riding my bike, y'all. I'm just riding my bike.
You think it's Vlad?
Man, they shot FBG Duck, man. I don't know who shot him, man. I just ran into this, y'all. Man.
Interestingly, all of the men who were involved in the murder of FBG Duck were found guilty of murder, despite the fact that for over a year while the case was being built, they seemingly ran free, expecting no consequences and incriminating themselves extensively. Some of those people involved in the murder were dead by the time the FBI swooped in and delivered.
Yo, see, that's from look, that's his costume, y'all. He told they incriminated himself extensively, and yo, that case not even a strong case. That case is only strong on the guys, on who was it? Kenny Mack, to Carlos Alford, Teasy, and who else? Kenny Mack, to Carlos Alford, Teasy, and there was one more. Like, yo, on C-Thing and Muwak, it damn near no evidence against them. Damn near no evidence. But here they go, pushing the narrative, pushing lies. Extensive evidence. No, the fuck it wasn't. That whole case was a stretch.
Justice, and many of those involved were close friends of Lil Durk himself. One of those convicted, Marcus Smart, known in the streets and on songs as Muwop, was a very close friend of Durk's, even being seen on flights with Durk, flexing wads of cash shortly before his arrest.
Now he's trying to tie Muwop to Durk.
Himself gangster killer.
What that is? I gotta get on that. What that is? You got the most views. You got the most views. It's yours.
All of this isn't a good look for Durk, but the most important piece of the puzzle is another infamous figure in the Chicago gangland, as well as its buzzing drill music scene, infamous Black Disciple member and apparent leader of the O-Block faction of the gang, King Von. Allegedly, Von had orchestrated the murder of Duck and put a six-figure bounty on his head.
Yo, there's no proof to that. Why they keep pushing that narrative, yo? Yo, nowhere in trial did it mention that King Von put a $100,000 bounty on Duck. Never was mentioned. Never was mentioned. When it came up, yo, know where the feds got that narrative from? Text messages. Text message between Kenny Mack and the girl. I think it was Instagram messages. He said the only reason he went because he heard it was $100,000 on Duck. That's where that narrative came from. It was never confirmed. It was never verified. None of them guys told the police that. But the internet is just running with this narrative. There was a $100,000 bounty. Now, could have been, possibly, but the way he just described it like it was facts. It's not facts. It never was proven. Listen to how he described it.
Important piece of the puzzle is another infamous figure in the Chicago gangland, as well as its buzzing drill music scene, infamous Black Disciple member and apparent leader of the O-Block faction of the gang, King Von. Allegedly, Von had orchestrated the murder of Duck and put a six-figure bounty on his head prior to the murder, but this wasn't Von's first time taking...
Dude, this nigga crazy, y'all. Like on YouTube, they banning clickbait. They need to ban this type of shit, man. They need to ban this type of content.
Von had allegedly killed 7 people in the gang war between the Black Disciples and the Gangster Disciples in Chicago, something that I broke down in detail in a 3-hour documentary on my channel where I actually argued that he indeed met the FBI's definition of a serial killer. Somehow, Von always managed to evade justice, either beating his murder charges due to lack of evidence or not being charged at all due to the fact that his murders were usually committed in the dead of night in the slums of Southside Chicago, rather than the broad daylight assassinations that his friends would later carry out in front of the public. King Von was one of Lil Durk's best friends, and when Von beat his last murder charge at the end of 2017, he decided to follow in Lil Durk's footsteps, becoming a drill rapper too, and openly rapping about the many murders he'd allegedly committed. Von's raps, openly bragging about real murders he'd apparently committed, made him a star in drill music, and with Lil Durk's
yeah, that's false. That's King AK-47 pushing that bullshit.
In his heart, Von was still a violent thug.
But there was no incentive. There is no incentive for Dirk to get Von killed. No incentive, y'all. And Dirk didn't tell on King Von to get out the Atlanta shooting. They didn't have no case in the Atlanta shooting. The witness stopped cooperating. That's all they had. The video evidence was garbage. You couldn't see nothing. That police officer, that gang police officer from Chicago lied at that preliminary hearing.
To impact Doug's career in 2019.
Yeah, I know.
Von and Doug, along with
because King Von the one who brought him back to relevance, not because they're a King Von fan, like he tried to trick people into believing.
The people would be accused of attempted murder and armed robbery, with the two appearing in court together.
Case against a rapper accused in a shooting outside of the Varsity will move forward today. Lil Durk appeared in court where a judge ruled there was enough evidence for him to go to trial. On Friday, detectives from Atlanta and Chicago testified in the criminal case against rapper Lil Durk in Fulton County Court. They say around 5 in the morning on February 5th, Lil Durk, whose real name is Dirk Banks, and his co-defendant Devon Bennett were seen on camera involved in shooting Alexander Witherspoon, a person police say they knew.
Yeah, they did.
They were hanging out. They went to a studio to make music.
The rapper.
Yeah, that officer lied, yo. We looked at that videotape evidence, yo. You couldn't even see. He told you could see the car had 300 on the side. You couldn't see none of that from that videotape. None of it.
Listen to the evidence against them in court. Police told the judge later that night the victim, Banks, Bennett, and others went to a nightclub, a gas station, and ended
they
up
can
in
lie
the
at them preliminary hearings.
That's when Witherspoon
see
said
the reason. See this the thing, yo. At those preliminary hearings, the judge don't have the case in front of them. So they take advantage of that and they lie. And that's what they did. And that post that came out that King Von would have been charged in that Atlanta shooting, that was never verified. I don't know where that post came from. But if you type in King Von would have been charged for the Atlanta shooting, nothing will pop up. Nothing of any nothing credible. Nothing from Atlanta DA. Nothing is. I don't know where that post came from, and that post got sprinkled all around the internet. Everybody was talking about. You know, I ain't do no video on it because I couldn't find it. I could not find this post that everybody was sharing that said that King Von would have been charged for the Atlanta shooting. It didn't exist, but that's just content that people ran with, pushing false narratives. And now they saying that, how Dirk get out of that? Dirk got out of that, yo, because the guy wasn't cooperating no more. Didn't want to cooperate. Maybe he got a couple of hours, who knows? But they never had no strong video evidence of anybody shooting the gun. Yeah, right, now they like to talk about Zoo. They didn't have a case. You couldn't see. Now you can get a bail from me. I caught a bail, yo. First time I got booked $100,000. It depends on your record and your flight risk, and you know it depends on a lot of different things, and it depends on the judge. You know, the second time I got booked, they gave me a no bail.
And shot.
Interestingly, Dirk looked stressed and nervous in court, while Von looked comfortable and in a familiar domain. Dirk and Von would refer to themselves over the years as the Evil Twins. And in one song titled Evil Twins, they refer to themselves as that.
How we in the face be pushing?
If you do it, I'ma do it. Even saying,
like I always tell y'all,
do it.
Everybody like to tout the feds up, like, you know, they the feds, yo, they got this conviction rate, and it's just because the feds cheat. Look at what they doing with Diddy. Look at the dirty move they pulled on Dirk at the bail hearing. They know they don't have a case on Dirk in that California thing. All they got is a text message. So what did we do? How can we convince the judge that Dirk is a menace to society? Oh shit, we got this case under seal from 2023. Let's show the judge that he may have been involved in another murder. That's a dirty tactic, man. He ain't charged with that. That's a dirty tactic to pull that up and because y'all don't got a case. But that's what the feds do. That's what the feds do. It's not because they got special prosecutors and they, you know, they just cheat and they allow and the laws are so good they can use hearsay. What more do you need to say? The feds can use hearsay evidence. The feds allowed Trenches News to testify as to people identification that he haven't seen in 10 years plus. You can't do that in no state court across America. How was he allowed to testify as to the identification of Muwap when he haven't seen Muwap in 10 years? You don't know what that man looked like now. But that's the feds. So it's not that they hard to beat because they great at what they do. They hard to beat because the laws are so geared toward them winning. Amen? But motherfuckers ain't going to tell you that. You know, they just try to make it seem like they just the best at what they do. No, yo, they dirty. Exactly. Exactly, Mickey. That's what they do. They pulled a dirty move on Dirk. They pulled a dirty move on Diddy by leaking that Cassie video. They dirty. But then when you try to play dirty, now it's an issue. Oh, he's doing three-way calls in the jail. I seen people actually report on that. Dirk doing three-way calls in the jail. Like, oh, that's not news. Everybody do three-way calls in jail. Everybody. But since it's Dirk and since it's Diddy, they want to highlight it as to say, look, Your Honor, he's disobeying the rules. Meanwhile, everybody do three ways. Like, you don't even think about that's. You don't even think that's breaking the rule when you do it. You feel me? Like, yo, everybody do three ways. Hey, yo, I'm running low on minutes, so can you make a phone call for me? Or, yo, can I get a clip back to you? Because in the feds, I think they can only get 3 phone calls a day. Well, if you're getting up for trial and you try to prepare your case, you need more than 3 phone calls a day. And they only get 15-second clips. So now you trying to compromise my case. You trying to hinder my case. I need more than 3 15-minute calls a day. This is Lord Dirk. He probably got 1 million people to check up on. This is Diddy. He probably got 2 million people to check up on. I'm going to have to use a 3-way. I'm going to have to. What it is, Tank. See, y'all, but this is the conversation we have over here. That motherfuckers sit around and watch and copy. And then next thing you know, you see King AK-47 repeating what I say. You know, because they're not knowledgeable enough about these situations. So they sit back and watch and then relay it to their people. But if you watch every other video before then, they made it seem like it was a real issue. Damn, he doing 3-way calls. That was dumb as shit. No, bro, everybody do 3 ways. I remember you said to blow on the phone because they'd clip you. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember you said to do that before when you do 3-way calls? Who remember that? That on landlines made a click. So you be on that bitch blowing in the phone. Whole time, and goddamn, they heard the click. Like, yeah, y'all like your shit real. But now, since cell phones, you don't gotta blow on the phone, because cell phones don't make the click. But I just said that to say, yo, everybody do 3 ways.
Was a dark influence on Lil Durk and his career. Von was in the habit of doing real crimes and rapping about them in his music without a care for who heard it. And if Von did it, then Durk would begin doing it too. But unfortunately for the evil twins, Von would suddenly die in November 2020 after launching an unprovoked beating on the rapper Quando Rondo in front of another. In life, every action has a reaction, and the reaction from this beating.
Yeah, they following bloggers. They paying some of these bloggers, y'all. Yo, y'all really don't think Trenches News came to the internet as in? Yo, he came to the, like I told y'all before. Yo, what is the odds, y'all? Think about this, y'all. What is the odds of an informant being able to build a YouTube channel, almost 200,000 subscribers in 3 years, and this same informant be involved in a public case? Yo, the odds of all those things to be true, and it all happened by mistake, yo, is slim to none. Yo, they are sending people on these apps to inform. They're blowing their page up to get everybody to follow them. So now, you know why? Because now people's going to be inboxing them information that they won't inbox the police. Now, these people report back to the police. Come on, yo. Like, yo, it's obvious what's going on, yo. It's amazing that a lot of people don't see it. You know? It ain't a whole bunch of pages talking about it. They creating these motherfuckers, man. They creating YouTubers to inform back to the police. Yo, I got an inbox. I got an inbox, right? A while ago. Maybe like 2 weeks ago. And the inbox said, the inbox is about some shit going on in Savannah, right? I ain't gonna mention no names. But the inbox is about some shit going on in Savannah. And people know, it's only a few rappers from Savannah. It's about a rapper from Savannah, right? And it was about some property being stolen. It was about some property being stolen. So I'm looking at the information, and I'm like, what the fuck you want me to do with this? I'm just looking for bloggers. I'm just looking for bloggers. So I'm like, yo, this sounds like a police matter. You feel me? Well, the police is already involved. Well, look, it's nothing I can do with this information, ma'am or sir. Like, it's nothing I can do with this information. But it was information involving a crime. You understand? Now, I don't know if this information was sent to law enforcement. Law enforcement somehow was involved. But the detailed information I got, probably not the same information they got. And they wanted me to report on this. I said, I can't do that. That's an open case. You know what I mean? This person already got shit going on. I ain't trying to have motherfuckers watch my video. Now they coming back and, now, you know what I mean? No, we ain't doing all that. We ain't doing all that. If y'all understand what I'm saying, y'all understand what I'm saying. If you don't, I don't know what to tell you. But I said that to say, the feds and these police departments know that bloggers get inboxed information. Information that otherwise the police wouldn't know. So it is not too far of a stretch of the imagination to think that they're bringing bloggers online to report back to the police. I don't see it. I can see that. I can see that being the thing.
Walking out of the car, opening fire, and killing King Von. Ironically, Von, the demonic killer turned rapper who had seemingly murdered 7 people in Chicago, got away with it, ended up getting shot dead after starting a fist fight with a rapper
for real,
rather
man.
than in a shootout with gangsters. His feud with Quando Rondo started on the internet rather than in the streets, off the back of a back and forth with Quando's friend and label mate NBA Youngboy, who seemingly didn't want to proceed with a collaboration with King Von. This was followed by a petty back
and the fucked up thing about the shit I'm talking about, it was fucked up, right? Because they was talking about Christmas around the corner and their Christmas stuff got took. It's just like, yo, I can't do that. I mean, like, that ain't my job. Like, yo, that sounds like a police matter. You need to get in contact with law enforcement. Not me. You know, law enforcement will help you out with that, fine. But you have these people that they will report that type shit. Man, this rapper, Lord Lou from O Block robbed Chris and set him up through Facebook Marketplace and took all their shit. And it's like, oh, hold up, you ain't saying none of this shit on no news or nothing. The whole time somebody inboxed and they done ran it. Now the police watching your page, they didn't court win. Now they still know they locked up. Yo, it's crazy, man. I'm trying to tell you. Who's your brother?
Where Von took pictures with the mother of young boy's child. Von essentially died over nothing more than an internet back and forth with a rapper, turned fight, turned self-defense shootout. And in the end, he was no longer here to face the music for the murders that he'd done and arranged. But after King Von died, Lil Durk was still running free. And interestingly, after Von's death, Durk was able to make a maneuver and have the attempted murder and armed robbery charges he caught with Von miraculously dropped. The sudden and tragic death of King Von
miraculously dropped. See? It's the dumb shit. And people watch this and thinking they thinking they getting real information. It was dropped because it should have been dropped. It wasn't miraculous, Trap Lord Ross. It was dropped because it should have been dropped. He could be. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't dip and dab in that type of stuff, nigga. I don't know. I haven't seen that. And I followed the case. I haven't seen any of that. But it was dropped, y'all, because they didn't have a case. It wasn't miraculous. Like Dirk working with the feds. Dirk was never working with the feds. It dropped because they lied about the video evidence. I showed y'all the video. Didn't I show y'all the video? You couldn't see no shooters. Y'all want to go for the people? Y'all want to go back to that video again? You couldn't see no shooters. So the officer lied. And see what happens is, yo, people don't understand, yo, that at those hearings, officers can lie. They can lie. Because the judge don't have the case in front of them. Like I said a little earlier. The judge don't have the case in front of them. So they allowed to lie at those hearings. And that's what he did. The judge lied. But since you got a lot of bloggers that's not familiar with the system, since you got a lot of people that's not familiar with the system, which is cool, but the bloggers, they portray this image that they are, so people take what they say like, all right, this is a street guy, he know what he's talking about, and they don't. They don't. They just be talking. What it is, now it's yourself. Hit that like button. I don't think Duke set him up. I didn't say the judge lie. I said prosecute. I said defense attorney. I said prosecutors are allowed to lie at those hearings. Let's go to the video. You know we always got new guys. Seti Nash, Atlanta shooting, King Von. Let me show y'all. You couldn't see nobody. You couldn't see nobody on that video. Look, this is the video that they got. This is the video where the cop said you can see him shooting his hand out the car.
What are you trying to do?
Look. This is the video.
Yeah, he's getting out. He was tussling in the
They up
backseat
here.
with somebody.
Look.
He was in the car tussling.
You can't see nobody up there. You can't see 300. You can't see none of the things that the officer said you can see.
With them. See, that car is still shooting and pulls off. Then that guy runs, pulling off. Then in a minute they're gonna run.
You can't see nothing. You can't tell. You can't tell who did anything from that video. Somebody let me know where King Von was at. Hey, real, where was King Von at?
So that other SUV,
And where was Dirk?
Might have been involved too, because I see a guy walking from that vehicle.
But if you see, like I said, when you're seeing in there,
Where's King Von and Dirk in this video?
back seat of that car.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are you trying to do?
Oh, sweet. Oh, man.
Hey, yo, fuck no, Sunday Best.
Yeah, he's getting out. He was tussling in the back seat with somebody.
You're pulling him in, kind of.
So he was in the car. He was in the car tussling with them.
I'm not defending, I'm telling the truth. The people is pushing the narrative that Dirk had to tell to get out this case. I'm telling you, the police lied because this is the video evidence that they have. You can't see anything. The camera's from all the way across the street. Can't see nothing.
Long time. Got hit already. He's trying to pull his own gun. Yeah. I
See, that car is still shooting and pulls off.
Yes.
And then that guy runs, pulling off. And then in a minute, they're going to run.
Oh, I see. Okay. Wow. That one's backing up over there.
So did that car come out and then swing back into the parking lot?
That's what I thought, but on my camera, I just can't tell.
No. I know the case is dropped, but Trap Lord Ross got a documentary, and he talking about it was miraculously dropped. No, it was dropped because it should have been dropped. It was dropped because they lied, they didn't have a case. That's why it was dropped. There was nothing miraculous about it. Nothing was miraculous. That's all I was saying.
Dirk had a second chance to escape the cycle of violence and focus on his music career. But despite his promising rap career, it would seem that the death of his evil twin, King Von, consumed Lil Durk. And in the midst of the killing of one of Chicago's most dangerous rappers, who seemingly always got revenge for any of his friends that were killed, a dark trend would emerge where fans would goad Lil Durk, begging him to get revenge or slide for Von. With rival rappers like 6ix9ine even mocking Durk openly.
He insinuated.
And asking why he hasn't avenged his friend, ultimately showing off the infamous text that said "Slide for Von in blood" in the music video for his song Gene, and rapping that his friend got shot and he just made music about it, taunting Durk, telling him to get a gun and go and get some get back, and saying that he knew.
Now he pushing the internet. Now he pushing the narrative that the internet is the reason. If they did do it, the internet is the reason they did it. Get the fuck out of here, y'all. Like, that's why I can't take this shit serious. You don't know. You must don't know about the streets. You can't know about the streets, y'all. Anybody that think the internet is the reason, if they did these things. If a blog is trying to convince you to believe that if they kill Pad because of internet pressure, you might as well unsubscribe. Unsubscribe to their channel, because they don't know what the fuck they talking about. Yo, King Von was too influential, man. Like, we talking about this is grandson. I mean, this the leader of the BDs. Whatever gang they was, GDs, I don't know what they was. It wasn't no way, yo, they was gonna let King Von death go unaddressed. No way. With the internet, without the internet, I don't give a fuck if this is 1980 with the internet and camera phone. It was no way that King Von death was going to go unaddressed. No way. Internet pressure had absolutely nothing to do with it. Nothing. Nah, you sound crazy if you think the internet played a role. You think these guys needed the internet? You don't think everybody in that camp was mutually upset? You don't think everybody in that camp was mutually upset? Shit. Ain't no fucking way. That's like killing young Dolph. That's like killing young Dolph. That's like saying that we all been seeing what been going on after Dolph death. That's like saying they needed the internet to do that. Man, fuck no. That shit was gonna get addressed regardless. That's Dolph. It's King Von. That shit gonna get addressed regardless. Even though I believe that if he did this, he should have fell back because King Von crashed himself out. And you gotta get to an age where you can't slide right or wrong no more. You gotta get to that age. Now, I don't blame him for not getting there because some people never get there. But you gotta get to a point where you can't allow your friends to derail your ship. That's called growth. You know, that's called maturity. Now, just because Dirk wasn't there yet, I can't blame him. It takes people forever to get there. When you've been entrenched in this lifestyle forever. When you've been affected by this lifestyle forever. It takes some people never reach that point. I just covered a situation in Baltimore where a guy was 60-something. And he bumped into a little young kid on the MTA and shorty killed him, man. Old man killed him. Sad, fucked up. But I said that to say, some people never get to that point. It depends on how scarred you is. It depends on, what you learn. It's a lot of factors that go into it, y'all. But the internet ain't play no role in their decision making. Hey, Bob, Real don't know what Real just a troll. I think he's a YouTuber.
He wouldn't ride out
Probably
and get
Trench's
revenge on
news
his
for
friend
real.
on his own. Clearly, all of this trolling struck a nerve with Lil Durk, and not only did Durk lose Von, but over the years, he's lost over 30 friends to street violence, up to the point where fans have speculated that he's actually cursed, as I broke down in another video on the topic. And not only did Lil Durk lose Von in
What? You think I
2020,
worship Von? Yo, I don't worship no motherfucker. Did you hear what I just said? Yo, I'm the one that said King Von started this whole shit. That started on Keep It G News. Not Whack 100, not Trench's News, not King Yella. That started on Keep It G News. I don't worship none of these motherfuckers. I call it how I see it. If they deserve to be called out, I call them out. If they deserve, whatever they deserve, they gonna get here. I don't fucking worship none of these motherfuckers. They don't do shit for me in my everyday life. I don't want to say, King Von crashed everybody out. You can go back and look at the videos. When Dirk first got booked, the first video I said it. Wasn't nobody talking that shit till probably 2 weeks later. After my second video made rounds.
2021, his beloved blood brother D-Thang was also murdered at a Chicago nightclub in another incident that was seemingly gang-related. Now, just being completely honest, I can't imagine being in that situation.
Yo, see, the thing is, Von wasn't a rapper by any stretch of the imagination. Dirk is a rapper. Dirk is a street nigga too, but Dirk is a rapper. Von wasn't a rapper. Von was okay dying in the streets of Chicago. Or in the streets, wherever streets it was. Von was okay going to prison for the rest of his life. He spent most of his life in jail and prison anyway. Like Shorty was okay living and dying by the streets. And it's good you need them people around, but you can't let them get too close to the operation, because they reckless and they move wild. And like how we was talking yesterday. When we was talking about Dame Dash and Jay-Z and the 13-year-old girl and shit like that. You got to know your personnel, and if you get money with somebody, you should know them. You should know what they into. And King Von was in the violence. King Von was in the ignorance. And Dirk was in the music. He dib and dab in violence and ignorance as well, but he was into music. King Von didn't give a fuck about no music. And King Von, and me and Dirk allowed King Von to get too close. Like that could have been your man and everything, but you let him get too close. And it derailed everything. Yeah, Von did think they was bitches. Von ain't respect rappers. He got a video on 16 Shot when he talked about he was going to get around Dirk and just raw. He didn't respect rappers. Just like most street guys don't respect rappers. For the longest time, I know in my city, you tell somebody you a rapper, niggas used to laugh you out the block. Like, try and rap. Like, because how we looked at it, rappers are rapping our lifestyles. The original rappers wasn't gangsters. The original rappers wasn't in the mix. They was just rapping about it. So when somebody was saying they're going to be a rapper, it's like, you're a clown. Like we equated rappers to clowns at one point in time in life. But what happened is a lot of people seen rap as a way out, you know, because these clowns was getting money. So it's like, shit, we they rapping about us, shit, we might as well rap too. And now you got what you got today. Where you got a lot of these guys, the street guys rapping. And street things are happening to them because they mixing hip hop, they mixing their rap career with their, you know, with the streets. And you can't mix nothing with the streets. It's like oil and water. Yeah, Mickey, this your first time over here, Mickey? Yeah, we keep that shit real, man. Real just a troll. Real one of them YouTubers that just watch the page, disagree with everything just so he can steal my takes. That's what real is.
I haven't lost a friend or relative to murder the same way that Dirk has, and who knows how the average person would react under this sort of pressure and grief. But ultimately, Lil Durk should have focused on his music career, the success that he was having, and continuing to provide for his family and the people who relied on him. But it would seem that his apparent desire to slide and get revenge was actually stronger than his desire to chase money.
Vaughn didn't respect them, yo. I told you the whole beef with Vaughn was NBA Youngboy had the youth. NBA Youngboy had the youth. NBA Youngboy had the influence. Vaughn looked at NBA Youngboy like, yo, you ain't did what I did. You ain't that for real. You got Cat in your raps. I'm on his ass now. Remember he said that? King Von beef was when King Von was chasing clout. And how King Von looked at it from what it seems like to me, from the videos I watched and evaluating him, his character, King Von looked at it like, yo, if I punish Youngboy in front of the world, not kill him, just beat him up real bad. If I get around him, beat him up real bad in front of the world, now I'm gonna be in his spot. But King Von underestimated the fact that, yo, it's street niggas everywhere. Just because he ain't killed 3 people, that don't mean he no less street than you. And that's where King Von went wrong at. King Von thought that just because who he was in Chicago, he was going to be able to go down to Atlanta, Georgia. And he did some shit down in Georgia. But he thought he was going to be able to go down there and just beat up on people, y'all. And he didn't realize that Georgia is an open carry state. Ain't like Chicago. You can't just go down there putting your hands on people. They got stand your ground laws. You know, motherfuckers walk around with firearms on their hip. And that's what happened to them. You know? That's what happened. Yeah, straight up.
Success and security for his loved ones. As he famously rapped on the song Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy with Babyface Ray, he would rather get revenge than get millions. And he would seemingly know his fate long before the murders happened when he rapped on his song Red Man that when people ask him where he think he'll be in 10 years, he replies, in federal custody. Ultimately, 2 years after Lil Pab was murdered, the indictment would claim in black and white that this murder was allegedly a get back of King Von. But this wasn't a surprise to anyone who'd been paying attention. As within months of the murder of Lil Pab, Lil Durk and others close to him would begin to claim openly in music and on podcasts that Lil Durk had indeed slid for Von.
Oh, they did something. Oh, slide for him. Oh, yeah.
Slide for Von, right? Yeah.
Not sure everybody slide for Von comments. Still, I don't know if people still say it.
I think academics try to set Dirk up. I really do, yo. I think because at this point, that wasn't even still a question. You notice how I say, you know, if they still say it. Yo, by the time Dirk did this interview with DJ Academics, yo, people wasn't still talking about no slide for Von. Like, that shit died down probably 8 months ago. I don't know why he did this interview either. For real.
They say he can't say that no more. Why? Oh, yeah, because of... No.
The reason I just don't... not really. I don't know. Might be the water. You can't say that no more.
Oh, because of FBG Cash? Oh.
Yeah, though. It's different in the rap. Nah, because Lil Pie. I feel like you troll right now. No, I never troll him. He got beat up too. Yeah, already.
So you're not condoning more violence.
What? Everybody you telling me about don't matter.
Yo, crazy,
it wasn't
yo.
just interviews. In fact, just
yo, why he just do that, yo? He said everybody he talking about don't matter. That whole interview, he didn't never name Quando name. When his name came up, he said, yo, why do I have beef with him? He ain't do nothing. He got beat up. I don't have no beef with Quando Rondo, but they trying to spin it like he was saying something different. But I don't have no beef with. Why would I have a problem with Quando Rondo? He didn't do. He got beat up. He got beat up. Yeah, Boss Top was tripping.
Months after the murder, Lil Durk and his OTF
I don't think that came up at trial either.
Released a project titled Loyal Bros 2, and while many people missed it at the time, this entire project was wall-to-wall with jaw-dropping self-incrimination, not just from Durk, but his friends and label mates. In fact, when the indictment dropped, reports would soon begin to spread of an unidentified co-conspirator who had allegedly organized this murder and offered lucrative music opportunities to the other suspects. It could very well be the case that Lil Durk had actually offered his subordinates verses and feature opportunities in exchange for carrying out real murders. Unfortunately now, Lil Durk is charged with murder for hire in the case of Lil Pab, but the dark truth is, this very well may just be the tip of the iceberg. And ever since the paperwork dropped, there's been intense speculation as to whether this was a one-off incident, or had Durk actually spent several years using his power, status, and money to have numerous enemies murdered before rapping about it in front of the whole world for everyone to hear. The fact is, there's a total of 6 high-profile murders that Lil Durk is rumored to have orchestrated. So today, we're going to be taking a closer look at those cases to try.
Where are these rumors coming from? Like, yo, this nigga is crazy, yo. Hold up, yo. There's no way we watching all this, yo. Hold on. Alright, here you go. Ready to push a fucked up ass narrative.
American limousine.
Like I told y'all, yo. The beef between Youngboy and King Von, yo, was not about women, yo. It was about clout. It was about clout, yo. The women just got thrown in the mix. It was about King Von chasing clout.
Do this more. Why ain't never do this with my kids more? Why ain't do this with my pops more, or my mama? You know what I'm saying? So it just set me down, so I just understand life more.
Von's release would come a few days later after he was granted a bail of $300,000.
He left his truck in my car. He got a track car, baby. Raw. So I'm cool. I got dirt car today. So I go pick up. I tell her I'm going to take out.
From here, the couple soon became inseparable, frequently being seen together online. Von would officially announce their relationship during a joint interview with Lil Durk on Shade 45.
King Von, I'm saying he in a relationship too.
Shout out Agent.
Okay.
Yeah, he go ahead, yeah.
You already had, man. He looking at you like, come on, man.
However, Von's legal problems didn't take a backseat. Even while out on bail stemming from the Varsity incident, Von's fiery personality would lead to more issues. He would actually allegedly end up briefly in jail again after getting into a studio fight with somebody who'd apparently disrespected Asian Doll, calling her a...
Tell him what happened to my hand, bro.
Folks overbeat his...
Call my girlfriend.
But in the end, a relationship between these two would get rocky, and it would be another rapper who would get himself mixed up in their drama. This rapper, of course, being Baton Rouge gangster rap superstar, NBA Youngboy. Now, if you want to understand Youngboy's complicated and violent backstory, I've made a 6-hour deep dive on his life, so you can go and watch that for all the context if you don't know
enough about Youngboy. Yo, 6 hours? Yo, he's doing police work, yo. You did a 6-hour documentary on NBA Youngboy. 6 hours. Goodness gracious.
To understand the origin of this beef between Lil Durk's OTF and Youngboy's NBA, or Never Broke Again collective, which would eventually end up leaving both Von and Quando Rondo's cousin Lil Pab dead, and Durk fighting for his life behind bars, we have to go all the way back to where it started, and it all started with Von. In late 2017, Lil Durk had dropped the song My Side that featured NBA Youngboy. In the song, Durk would acknowledge that he and Youngboy were a cut above the rest when it came to the rap game, and that they were setting the bar for the others. Durk was clearly a big fan of Youngboy, as well as fellow singing Southern street rapper Quando Rondo, who was signed to Youngboy's NBA label, as Durk would actually name both of them in an Instagram post where he listed his favourite 50 rappers of all time. Furthermore, in my opinion, the influence of Youngboy and Quando's style, a very unique approach of singing and using auto-tune to tell stories from the streets, really resonated with Durk and inspired him to keep making more of that same.
Like, I don't be watching, yo. I'm watching him right now because we watching it together. But, I don't be fucking with this nigga. Look, see, I probably watched 2 videos. Yeah, I don't watch, y'all. I ain't even watched the Youngboy one. I watched a little bit of the King Von one. That's it. I ain't watched the Youngboy. I watched a little bit of King Von. I don't watch none of these motherfuckers. Because he's a lot, like, I'm not interested in being lied to. You feel me? Like, all he gonna do is lie. And his speculations.
Label, as Durk would actually
it's not coming from
it's not coming his favorite 50 rappers of all time.
It's not coming from a street perspective. So it's like it don't even matter. Like a lot of times he be so far off. It's like, man, what the fuck am I watch that shit for? Like, I don't even know what the fuck he talking about. He can't speak on the streets. He don't know enough. I know he gonna try to make it seem like this beef was over girls.
In my opinion, the influence of Youngboy and Quando's style, a very unique approach of singing and using auto-tune to tell stories from the streets, really resonated with Durk and inspired him to keep making more of that same auto-tuned pain music. Youngboy, Quando Rondo, and OTF had a seemingly amicable relationship up to this point.
I watched this to set the record straight. You just be talking.
To provoke Asian Doll, who he'd apparently split up with at this point. Asian would quickly dismiss Von's claims as lies, asserting that she had found direct messages between Von and Jania before they split up, just adding more fuel to the fire.
Oh, now I've seen it in the DMs.
Yeah,
I've been seeing it. She's lying. I've been seeing it. Been on dick. I've been seeing it. None of this not a surprise. This is just on the internet right now, you know what I'm saying? I've been new.
The very next day, NBA Youngboy would respond with an Instagram post aimed squarely at Von, and in a shocking move, Youngboy captioned the post with a vow to make sure that his son sleeps with King Von's daughter, turning the trolling into a deeply personal and slightly weird attack. Amid the escalating tension, Durk and Von's longtime friend, from back in the days when OTF was something more than just a rap collective, Lil Reese, would enter the beef too, tweeting a bold threat that he planned to beat up Quando Rondo, a close friend of Youngboy and an artist on his NBA label, to which Rondo would respond by saying that Reese and the Chicago rappers in general wouldn't do nothing. At this point, the beef between Von and Youngboy had now broadened to include numerous people from both sides, and in September 2020, King Von would tweet what appeared to be a direct threat towards Quando Rondo and NBA Youngboy, saying that he hoped God had space for both of them. The following day, Quando Rondo's right-hand man, Lil Tim, would fire back on Twitter, warning Von and the other Chicago rappers to think twice before messing with Quando. But Von, unfazed, would respond the day after, saying that he'd been fighting his whole life and he could punch hard as hell. Around this time, Von would also begin publicly claiming that he was single and too focused on his career to be in a relationship. However, he would still be spotted at a club with Youngboy's baby mama, Jania Michelle.
So just like 2 days ago, Jania was spotted in the club with King Von's sister, and King Von was also there as well. You couldn't see them together, but you know they were together. If you know, you know.
2020 was truly King Von's year. He had dropped 2 successful mixtapes back-to-back, Grandson Volume 1 and LeVon James, and he was priming himself for a blockbuster debut with the much-anticipated project Welcome to O-Block coming. But also, by October, Von had shifted his focus to promoting his new song, Mine Too, a track that was subtly dissing NBA Youngboy as he would rap about how somebody's girl was Von's too, whilst also mentioning having beef in the NOLA, or New Orleans and Louisiana, the latter being Youngboy's home state. Also in October, Von would tweet that once a girl lets another man in, he would no longer want her, leading fans to speculate that he was referencing Agent Doll, possibly moving on. Rumors would then begin swirling that Von's ex-Agent Doll had actually met up with Youngboy, a claim that emerged after DMs from people in Youngboy's camp leaked. Meanwhile, Doug was going on the musical run of a lifetime. His momentum as a rapper was truly back, partly...
Yeah, I ain't watching more of that shit. Yeah, I see. He trying to stir it up like it was about the females, but it wasn't. You know how sometimes, you know how that shit be, where Vaughn chasing clout and the females just got thrown in the mix. I mean, what can I do to make him mad? I'm gonna go fuck his baby mother. You feel me? And that's what it was. Vaughn was trying to find a way to entice Youngboy into a beef. And the easiest way to entice any man into a beef, or most men into a beef, is to go after the girl. And that's what he did. And it was just a bad decision, y'all. And it all started out from clout chasing. All started off from clout chasing. He was outside YB was putting house arrest. Yeah. Yeah. It did. Most people do start behind one. I mean, it didn't start behind one, but yeah. Women do get thrown into a lot of beefs. Definitely get thrown into a lot of beef. Man, I'm tired, y'all. Then we had a good laugh. Appreciate everybody that tapped in. You know what I mean? You know. Yeah, but yo, people gotta leave. People gotta leave old Travis alone, man. For real, man. Leave Travis on alone, man. I hope tomorrow I don't wake up and they got a whole nother round of Travis on a girlfriend or his wife. That shit crazy, y'all. I ain't like that move. I ain't like that move of the dude trying to market off that picture. Like, yo, that was dirty work. That's a clown ass nigga. Shorty a clown. Like, you really gonna try to market? Like, why would you bring that picture to the world? You see everything going on with this man. You see that's affecting this man. You see it's affecting this woman. You see it's affecting their relationship. And he pop up with a picture of yo grabbing her ass. Like, yo, come on, bro. That was I ain't got no respect for yo. That was goofy. That was goofy as a motherfucker, man. Yeah, straight up, man. But I appreciate everybody that tapped in. You gotta hit me on Instagram, Mickey. Yeah, straight up, man. Yeah, happy holidays, everybody. Yo, like I said, as always, y'all can cash that Baltimore swag. Yo, if y'all want to support the movement, y'all support everybody. I appreciate everybody that tapped in. Anybody that ever supported. My man, No Heart. Motherfucking Charlene. Sunday Best. A1. All the gang. Freeform. Playboy Prada, Edward. Scooby Doo. Everybody. Mo, my man, Mo. Yo, 2025 out here, though, yo. Yo, by the end of 2025, yo, we gotta be at 100, man. Yo, y'all know, yo, if y'all get one person to subscribe, yo, we be at what? We'll be at what? 40K? Everybody get one person to subscribe. But right now, YouTube playing with our numbers, though, y'all, so. Y'all can't depend on notifications, man. Y'all gotta just, come to the page every day. You know, we did something. If we ain't do a live, we did upload. We did 2 uploads today, though. We did 2 uploads a day, and we had a live at night. I'm trying to get some more uploads out before the year over. Hopefully, they'll let one of mine crack at least 1,000 views. Like, they ain't let my uploads crack 1,000 views. Say what excuse I got. I ain't got no excuse for that. I don't think they was black though. I think they was Hispanic. I think the parents need to be held accountable. Because at 9 years old, like I told y'all, stealing cars is a boredom crime. At 9 years old, you shouldn't be that motherfucking bored to be stealing cars. Like, what the fuck? I think his older brother probably was with him. I think his older brother probably was with him. Hey, man, straight up, man. Straight up, Charlie. Charlie said, all my kids subscribe. And my neighbor, he old as hell. That's what the fuck it is, man. That's the fuck I'm talking about. Appreciate it. Yeah, but the 32-year-old woman said one of the people she identified was a white male. I'm thinking they probably all was. He could have been black, but the one I got identified, she said, look white. I'm thinking it's Hispanic. Because there's a lot of Hispanics in that area. You know, that's their little area. They be out that bitch going nuts. You said what? And they highlight what comments that might value from them. You get paid to be on YouTube. Oh. But yeah, I appreciate everybody that tapped in. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Share the live if you haven't. Yeah, the older one gonna be held accountable. Yeah, somebody gonna get in trouble because that shit sound ruthless. They beat her up and did all type of shit to her. Like, yo, I just don't like the picking on the innocent and the weak. Like, yo, that didn't used to be a thing, man. Like, when you went out and robbed, you went out and tried to rob drug dealers. I mean, you didn't go out to rob working class people. Like, that shit goofy. I mean, that shit goofy, man. You robbed niggas you robbed people that was on the same type shit you was on. You know, that way we can keep it in the streets. You didn't go out there and rob the old lady or the old man or the, you know, or the women. Like, no, I can't never get behind that. I'm always speak out against that because that's goofy. That's goofy. This guy's out here getting money on the block. Why you don't rob them? See, the thing is, down one rob them because they going to put up a fight. They might not kick it out. You might got to shoot them or they might shoot you. So they don't want to take that opportunity, but that's how the game supposed to be played. If you going to play, if you ain't going to play it right, don't play at all. Straight up. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments. It's another day keeping you new. And I'm out.